r/2XChromosomes. Juliana Quitterfina2 says, my best friend is going to die. I know we are all going to die at some point, but cancer is cruel and super, frick edition. My best friend has pancreatic cancer, and the docs have just told him it metastasized. They are stopping treatment, and have suggested he get his affairs in order. He's scared. I'm barely keeping it together. I don't know what to do for him. Have any of you gone through this? Would you please give me some ideas on how to help him? He doesn't have any family, they all died in freaking car wreck. No shit, he got the super short end of it. No kids, but he has some extended family, but no long-term girlfriend to speak of, and he really doesn't want to stay with strangers. I'm one of his closest friends, and I offered for him to stay with me for palliative care. I took care of my grandma and my mill before they passed, so I know what to expect at the very end. But this is different. He hasn't lived his life, he's only 46 for frick's sake. This is so much different. My grandma was ready to go at 87. It was a blessing that mill was out of pain when she passed. Taking care of them feels so different than this. I'm angry at this cancer. I'm angry at the hospital. I'm angry my best friend is going to die, so I'm young. But I need to get over that shit. I can't be flipping out over injustice of it all when he's here. I have a couple months to get my shit together before he comes out to live with me. I told him we need to get his paperwork together and finish his will. That's as far as I've gotten. In the meantime, are there books I can read to guide myself? Are there specific therapists who deal with death? Are there videos I should watch? Are there other subs that are good and deal with this? What have you used, done, heard that helped you deal with a similar situation? I know this is going to be super I'm rough, but if I can prepare myself, I know I can get through this and hopefully help him die with dignity, knowing he was loved. Edit. I wanted to thank you all for some very good suggestions and places to start. My anxiety has calmed a bit, and I don't feel frozen in fear. I put together a self-care plan with my wife and looked up some hospice agencies in the area. I have a lot of phone calls to make this week, but I know where to start now. I also started a list of books to get and people to call. I'm in motion and moving forward, so thank you. Thank you all for being such a good community and helping me with resources and notes of encouragement. I truly appreciate it. I'm also very sorry for everyone who has lost someone or is dealing with this bullshit now. My heart goes out to you. Just Stephanie says, my father died of pancreatic cancer. One of the major symptoms is buildup of ammonia in the brain. It makes things fuzzy, hard to talk, hard to concentrate, but it can be worked through. My siblings never gave him the time he needed to realize they were there. They took advantage of him, infantilized him, and spread this to others. All that was needed was patience. After 5 to 10 minutes of talk, he would be his old self. They never gave him that time. Be there, be patient, it will mean the world. Juliana Quitterfina2 says, thank you for this. I will keep this in mind. Witcherstone Slutty says, I'm so sorry about your friend Opus. I lost someone I loved dearly to metastasized cancer. As it got closer to the end, her brain worked less and less normally. A calm, kind demeanor and simple, factual explanations helped a lot. You could also remind your friend that you're there for them, whatever they need, whether they want a shoulder to cry on, someone to go with them to appointments or anything, or just to hang out and not talk about it, and help them find distractions. Pornchipillets says, you mention it may be months before he comes live with you. Every cancer patient is different, but I would like to inform you upfront that metastatic pancreatic cancers, where treatment has stopped providing relief, have incredibly poor prognosis. I'm talking days or weeks to live, not months. I think if you want to be there for your friend, discuss directly with his doctor what to expect and make very immediate plans. I'm so sorry you and your friend are going through this, and your friend is a fortunate person indeed to have your support. Juliana Quitterfana2 says, I appreciate you saying this. We talked to his drive next week. Things were going so well until the last court scan lit up like a ein beacon around his liver. They already did a Whipple, and he was just getting his feet back after that holy shit surgery this past fall. Comfortable Wish 192 says, RN, Whipple itself has high mortality, he's lucky to have survived it. It sounds like he has a poor prognosis. I'm so sorry. I'm an RN case manager, I have some advice offer you. 1. I highly recommend you request a hospice referral from primary care or oncology. They will switch from trying to cure your friend to making your friend comfortable, which is appropriate at this point. They will make your friend a DNR. Meaning if something happens they won't try artificial means to bring him back. It's free. Either through charity or assignment of their health insurance benefits. They have social workers to help not just the patient but you as a caregiver to cope. 2. You need to fill out a health surrogacy form. Hospice can often assist you with this through their social worker. You can also pull them online. If you need assistance with this, I'm happy to help. 3. I can suggest some reading material if you PM, and can also guide you in assessing needs and setting up support services. He's so blessed to have you. I said a prayer for both of you. I'm happy to help if you need it, and God bless you both. r/2XChromosomes. Radio Passive says, suddenly worried about being the old lady in class. So, back when I was like 22, I started doing Muay Thai and did it for a good 3 years. I was usually the only woman in the class and almost never had an issue. I trained with the guys, always felt welcomed and respected, and got some lifelong friendships out of it. I eventually stopped when life got in the way and I moved out of the area, but I've missed it ever since. Last week I learned a gym opened near me in the middle of super rural nowhere. I was super excited and emailed the trainer about doing a free trial class. I went last week and learned he had cancelled class because he was sick, but opened the gym up for anyone who wanted to do some independent work. I didn't stay since it would be a day minimum ability issue, but plan to come to the next class. In the meantime, I checked out the Facebook page and watched some videos of the class and it once again appears to be all young guys. I'm still going and I'm still okay with it, but now I feel a little weird. Everyone in the class looked to be a young guy, college students and guys in their 20s. And there will be 36-year-old me. Like, some of these guys might have parents close to my age. I'm sure I'm overthinking it, and I'm sure it'll be fine, but I kinda feel like someone's mom intruding on bro time. I just want to punch stuff and deal with my feeling about my workplace bully. It'll be cool, even though I'm not a cute 22-year-old anymore, right? The Templo says, I have an anecdote about a friend of mine that might help. She's 41 and is doing a master's at university in a country town. She is 100% the oldest person in her class by miles. Her class is a mix of men and women. But here's the thing, 3 years in, she's everyone's favorite. The mother of the class, she's the one everyone comes to for help, the one everyone wants to be partnered with for group projects. She's the one who gets invited to parties. She's the one who gets Christmas and birthday gifts from everyone. She's in all the group chats. She was pretty concerned about being the oldest at the start and told me she'd probably keep to herself. Instead she's made some lifelong friends. You'd be surprised how much people love an older soul in the mix when it comes to learning environments. Mike7676 says, I have a personal anecdote about late college. I retired at 38 from the military. Tried a couple of vocational certifications because, in my head, I was too old for college. So at 41 I applied to my local junior college, and sure enough, in many cases I was older than my professors. Not once was I made to feel like an outsider or creepy old man. My repressed nerd that loved school even came back, so I was the lab partner that got stuff done. I'm on my last class this semester and I'll be a college graduate. Le40 says, I remember going to a Cali, Philippine martial art class in my 20s when everyone else was a young dude except a woman in her 40s. It was fine. It's a class, not a bachelor party. They'll probably be impressed that you already have some skills. Have fun. Purpler Flame 8 says, I think the old lady in class rocks. One-armed Chrisic says, so at 50, I'm confused by the definition of old lady here. Tuffle P says, I haven't done Muay Thai in a few years, but started around 28 and one of my favorite training partners was a lady in her 40s, who was strong and cool as hell. She's since moved on to mostly BJJ, and is killing it. Cecilia B says, in my experience doing Kung Fu as a girl and young woman, it's inescapable. No matter what age you are, you'll be the woman. Focus on your technique and training and let them get to decide for themselves if you're the old lady or if you're a lovely adult woman with a surprisingly strong kick or whatever. Once you can smack them around a bit sparring, things tend to settle. Good luck in your training. Zipurge says, you're gonna go and you're gonna love it. Sedan Bauchi 522 says, so, not Muay Thai. But I, this year as a 31-year-old woman, decided I was finally going to learn how to ride horses. I was super self-conscious about very obviously being the oldest beginner student at a barn full of middle to high school aged kids, all of whom I'm old enough to be their mother. Well, turns out nobody cares. I'm having a blast, and actually the kids and staff have been very polite and supportive / helpful. So I say do it, do what you want and have fun. Everyone there is there for themselves first, and probably won't even notice or care. I used to do rock climbing in my early to mid 20s, and my group of friends was mixed gender and age from very early 20s to late 30s. It didn't matter. Just be yourself and be nice to people and you will be fine. Everything always seems scarier from the outside looking in. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.